Good afternoon, Westwood, and welcome to the Canton Ice House for a TVL small matchup. Westwood being the TVL large team, Medfield being the TVL small team. But don't let that confuse you, folks. Medfield is a heck of a team. 6-0-1 on the year, with Westwood at 3-2. And joined as always by Evan Cardamino. I am Morgan Donahue. Evan, this is going to be a big league game we got here. Obviously, Medfield moving down to the TVL small, nothing's changed. These teams are still rivals. These teams are still both super talented. And Medfield, right now, a top team in Division III.
Yeah, Medfield coming into this game 6-0-1 with some impressive wins.
Yeah.
Most notably a 9-1 win over Bellingham.
Yeah.
A 2-2 tie versus Gloucester, but don't let that fool you. Gloucester is one of the best teams in Massachusetts. And this is going to be a great test for Westwood here. Don't let it fool you, even though it's a TVL small and large matchup and it doesn't impact the TVL large standings for Westwood, both these teams are going to want this match coming into this game.
Absolutely. Where it does impact, though, is both teams want to go to the playoffs. These are 2 points that you want to get one step closer to the playoffs. Westwood has 3 wins already. You get a win here, you're off to a 4-2 start. That's a heck of a start. That's the best start Westwood's had in the last few years. You know, for Medfield, you want to get off to 7-0-1. That's a heck of a start. It is so difficult to win games in Massachusetts hockey. Any team can win on any given night, and it's, you know, you as your team, you want to get better and better each game. But when you're a team that's, you know, already got 6 wins like this, you've got a target on your back. Teams want to knock you off. They want to be the team that gave you your first loss. So it's going to be a great matchup, you know, with all things considered. But Westwood coming off, you know, 1-0 loss to Canton. I was here for it. It was a very close game. Canton scored a late goal to walk away with the win. Westwood played awesome. The defense was terrific. The offense got stifled a little bit, but, you know, the defense behind John Quinn that night was absolutely terrific. And I'd expect, you know, the offense for tonight to you know, really kick it into a gear. I thought they did some good skating, but they've had now over a week of no games, which means a lot of time to watch film, a lot of times to practice and work on things that I think are often overlooked. You know, when you're watching a hockey game, breakouts turn into great offense. Neutral zone play, getting your feet moving, getting, you know, feet going. The entries, so important. The entries are where you can create space to either take the puck to the net or find a teammate that's going to the net for a rebound or with a stride underneath them to get a good shot. So those are things that I think are going to be very beneficial for Westwood tonight, is all that time they've had. They might have some rust, but I think it goes away pretty quickly in a game like today. And
another thing that's going to be crucial for Westwood here is winning those one-on-one matchups.
Yeah.
Winning the face-offs and just winning one-on-one battles against Medfield here. If Westwood can control that, they're going to have a great chance here tonight.
Absolutely. Medfield known for being so good in the one-on-one battles in the corners, where they win those possessions and, you know, they keep taking pucks to the net. So Westwood going to have their hands full with those one-on-one battles. Always a team that's strong on their skates. And we're going to send it down to Bill Siebert, the voice of the Wolverines, to kick off the pregame festivities.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Canton Ice House for tonight's minor league matchup between the Medfield. to tonight's game between the Medfield Warriors and your Westwood Wolverines. Here are tonight's starting lineup for Medfield. At left wing, number 17, sophomore John Shaughnessy. At center, number 5, senior captain Joseph Nee. At right wing, number 6, freshman Luke Dixon. On defense, number 8, senior captain Ben Lusby. And number 15, senior Brandon McCabe. And starting in goal for the Warriors, number 30, senior captain Charlie Duggan. And please welcome the remaining members of the Warriors. And now the starting lineup for your Westwood Wolverines. And left wing, number 7, sophomore Maddie Donovan. At center, number 20, senior captain Timmy Donovan. At right wing, number 13, senior Connor Ryan. Starting on defense, number 10, freshman Caleb Fengler. And number 14, senior Brady Dumais. And starting in goal for the Wolverines, number 1, senior captain Jack Holland. And please welcome the remaining members of the Wolverines. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you all to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back, folks. We are about ready to get underway here at the Canton Ice House. Starting lineups for both teams, starting with Medfield, Joseph Nee, Luke Dixon, Ben Lusby on defense, Braden Kane, John Shaughnessy, and then playing in goal tonight, Charlie Duggan. Starting for the Wolverines, Jack Holland in net, Matt Donovan, Caleb Fengler, Connor Ryan, Brady Dumais, and Timmy Donovan. So, as we were mentioning earlier, been a little bit since Westwood last played. I'd imagine this first shift, they're going to have a lot of energy. They're going to have a lot of anxiousness, good anxiousness to get their feet going and get a couple hits, maybe a couple shots on net. You can already see it right on the draw. Matty Donovan fired up. Brother Timmy on the draw. And we are underway. Puck stuck there at center ice, gets loose. Dumais comes up, makes a hit, nice hit, able to keep the puck in front of him. Westwood works into Medfield territory. Medfield looking to get their breakout going. Gets by Fengler, and that's going to be an ice on Medfield. The Medfield defender was trying to find Joseph Nee there. Just went over his stick, went down the length of the ice for the icing. You get a face-off, right circle in the midfield zone. Donovan and Nee on the draw. Westwood wants both forwards to go outside the circle. They'll, every now and then, it's not just the guys taking the face-off, they'll push the wings, make sure they're outside the circle. Puck working back. Midfield able to come away with it. We're going entering in the Westwood zone. A shot looking to get a shot with a screen that gets deflected, and then Holland gets a glove on it. It was a nifty move there. Medfield trying to get that shot between the legs of Dumais, but it was blocked, and Holland able to get a glove on it and get a face-off. We got the Blomquist line out there now. So it's still no McCabe or Malloy tonight. So Westwood, they've missed them the last, I think, they've missed Malloy for, I think, the last 4 games, and McCabe hasn't played yet this year, but they're getting very close. We're looking forward to their coming back soon. Blomquist trying to sneak that in short side. Good job by midfield goaltender to be strong on that post. Medfield looking to get the breakout going. Westwood doing a good job all on top of that. Luke Martin crashing in on there. Puck gets out, and Sullivan gonna fungo it back in. Takes a big hop, played by Duggan. Throws it in the corner. Martin able to put it deep. Ends up on the stick of Medfield. Medfield looking to break it into Westwood territory. Westwood making it difficult. They're taking away that center of the ice and forcing Medfield to get their feet going instead of opening up passing lanes. Chip it in. Puck ends up in the neutral zone. Picked up by Dalton. Dalton with a head of steam. Makes a nice move to the outside, looking for the center. No one there. And then another attempt. Just missed a teammate there. Puck is loose in front of the net. And that's in the back of the net for a goal. Early goal, and that's Sicular with the goal. His first varsity goal. And another one, Evan. McCollin, a first varsity goal for your Wolverines. The sophomore, big body, big frame, was planted right in front of that net. We were mentioning the puck was still loose. Got a stick on it, put it in the back of the net for the Wolverine goal.
Great job by Sickler being in the right place at the right time there to get that rebound, like you said.
Absolutely. They got the puck. They're going to save that puck. First goal for Ben Sicular. And he's been a kid that's been getting shifts here and there throughout the first few games. They got him now in one of the top lines to use that body and, get some opportunities. That's exactly what he did. That's how you earn playing time, Evan. When you go out and you maximize your opportunities like that, you get a big goal, you're going to get a lot more shifts. Medfield jumping in front of that pass. Picked up by 23 Blaney. Medfield able to keep that in. Ends up on the stick of Medfield. Shot and a save by Holland. Good glove there.
59 seconds of the first period. Westwood Singular his first goal of the season from Dalton at 1:59.
So Dalton on the assist. Sicular with the goal, Dalton with the assist. Puck won back by Westwood. Try to clear that, but Medfield able to jump in front of that. They're looking towards the net. Nice save by Holland, able to get a stick on that. Westwood going to get their breakout going. Send it up to Timmy Donovan. He's going to get the feet moving. Looking to get through the Medfield defense. The puck covered by Duggan. And he gets the speed and the feet going, Timmy Donovan. I'd be hard-pressed to find anyone in the TVL that can match that speed. You don't need moves when you got speed like that. He's shown it. He can cut through defenders. He can go around them. Medfield wins the draw. Gonna look to get to the red, and they're going to send it in deep. It was off Sullivan's foot. He's going to go D to D to Fallon, and ends up on the stick of Timmy Donovan. Timmy to brother Matt. Matt back to Timmy. Puck gets in deep. Timmy chasing after it. He's got a head of steam. Sends it up top to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it in the far corner. Ends up back on the stick of Matt Donovan. Shot on net, turned away by Duggan. Medfield able to walk away with that. Gets deflected, but we got an offside, which is going to bring the face-off outside the blue line. So it looks like it was something, it wasn't an offside. So the face-off coming back, I don't know if it was a high stick played. Have to check the replay, but I think it might have been a high stick, which is going to bring the face-off to the dot outside Medfield's blue line. Medfield player getting kicked off. I think he's got some kind of equipment malfunction. I don't think the kids have to wear neck guards, but you do have to have the chin strap buckled. So that's usually the culprit. Blomqvist on the draw. Martin to his left, Rolf to his right. The draw from Medfield is number 16, John Sanderson. Rolf with the shot. Hit the butt end of the stick, I believe. You could hear the wood, and it was high. It turned away by Duggan. In the neutral zone. A lot of games were won in that neutral zone. It's the puck battles like that right there, or the speed that you gather on those entries. Dumais is looking to go off the glass, goes over the glass. You get a whistle. So just about 4 minutes into the game, Westwood up 1-0 on a goal from Ben Sickler, assisted by Patty Dalton. Just the kind of start you want to see for the Wolverines. You want to get off to a hot start. It's been a bit since they last played. And really start playing your game. Get into that groove. And then when you roll 3 lines and the next line's picking up the momentum from the shift before them, it's a beautiful way of playing hockey. Medfield player goes down. Westwood's going to get a penalty. Saved by Holland. And Westwood touches it. We get the whistle. It's going to be a hook or a trip on Dumais. They call it a trip. Medfield player made a move, and Dumais just got the stick under the Medfield player's skates. So Medfield going to get their first look at a power play. Westwood's first look at a kill. Westwood kill's been pretty good all year. But Medfield's another one of those teams, kind of like Norwood. You got to watch the back door. They always will they'll move the puck around and try to get you to watch the guy with the puck up top, and they'll send a guy down in that back corner for a one-timer. You see him right now. Now he's working his way in the middle. And then the wing players will sneak down too. Medfield's starting to do it right now. You see him in the back. Yep. A shot and a save by Holland. But Westwood doing a good job. They know it's there, and when they're obviously getting their sticks in those lanes, they force shots from the outside. Which right there, 17 seconds taken off the clock. Really not much going on from the power play because there was nothing there to really work that puck in. Official having a conversation with the midfield center, Joseph Nee. Puck one in the near side corner, ends up on Medfield's stick, and they're going to get their power play working. Ends up on the far half wall. Trying to chip it out was Tim Donovan, back on the stick of Medfield. Shot and a score. That was a goal by number 6, Luke Dickinson. He's going to walk away with a power play goal. That's a big goal. Ties it back up. Westwood's momentum squashed there. But it came from, it was on Westwood's stick. You can't get that out. You know, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you even saw it there towards the tail end, the tail end where Westwood kind of got up too high and it created a mismatch opportunity for Medfield, and 3-on-1, that's a hard battle to win for anyone. So. Yeah.
When you have that puck on your stick, especially on the penalty kill, you gotta shoot that puck through anything. You know, go off glass. You gotta have reckless abandon on that shot where no one's getting it, and if it's going at or towards someone, it's going through them type mentality. Medfield on the other way with some speed. Puck on the stick of that was a deflected puck, went off of the pad of Holland. There was Shaughnessy on the entry. They gotta work it down low, back to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy looking for Dickinson. Westwood's got it. They got some numbers. Blomqvist at the top of the screen, working it inward. Shot just wide. Sent it to the middle and picked off by Medfield. Going the other way is Dickinson, the goal scorer. Shot saved by Holland. That was a big save on a shot from the left side. Puck worked up top. Medfield looking a shot. An initial save there by Holland. Rebound kicked away. Holland playing great early on here. Medfield going to chip it in. It's going to go on net. Holland's going to put the glove on that. That's a little extra after the whistle. We're going to get a face-off. The left dot. A little extra there. I mean, usually you hear a ref say something. Sometimes, you know, they call it, usually we call a penalty if you see the extra. Nothing there early. This is in hockey. You try to see where the line is drawn. Each game a ref will draw a line of what they're allowing. So that is allowed as of now. Puck thrown in deep. Sickler playing one-on-one with number 10 for Medfield. Hardiman. Shot on net, turned away by Holland. Ends up at the top of the point. Trying to send down low, but on the stick of Donovan. Donovan looking for his brother. Timmy gets by, but Timmy the first one on it. Shot on net. That's turned away by Duggan. We're going to get a whistle here. Some pushing and shoving. So allow it. You know, it's a rivalry game. Both teams want to win. You know, this rivalry's been going on for 50 plus years.
This is expected. You're going to see this early on here, especially with two teams like Medfield, Westwood. This is a deep rivalry. This is seeded through both teams across every sport, no matter what sport we talk to for players and podcast. One of the things they always say is, oh, we want to beat Medfield. That is always one team that is always mentioned to us without fail. So, and I'm sure it's the same for Medfield. So we're going to see that early on here, that little extra aggression, that little extra intensity.
Medfield walks away with it. Sutton, shot turned away by Holland. Puck in the far side corner, picked up by Blaney. Blaney working it into the Medfield zone, goes off the far side boards, chased after by Dalton. Dalton with a good hit there. And he ends up with the stick, looking for a middle. Shot just missed wide by Blaney. It was a good look for the Wolverines. Trying again, puck in the middle and gloved by Duggan. So a good flurry there by the Wolverine third line. They've been outstanding so far. They got the first goal and they're getting some good looks here. So love to see that. That's what provides a spark for your top lines. You know, the Blomqvist line, the Donovan line. So, you know, as you know, next time we see them go off, definitely pan in on the bench. You'll see how much that fires up their teammates is when you see the depth players really getting some good offense like that. So Blomqvist line back out there after a good shift by the Blaney line. Centering attempt goes through the crease. Puck ends up in the middle of the ice. Going the other way is number 5, Joseph Nee. Shot, saved by Holland. Holland doing a great job controlling those rebounds, putting those rebounds in areas where it's outside of the middle of the ice. Puck here near side, Lusby looking to fling it back in on the backhand, fanned on it a bit, but still effective. Medfield able to pass it to the middle of the ice, but great job by the Wolverines to jump on that. That was a great play by Fengler, able to close that gap pretty quickly. Puck gets by the first defender on Medfield. Ends up in the middle of the ice. Westwood going to send it back in. They're going to change it up. Coming on is the Donovan line. Puck sent in on Holland. Holland going to settle it for the Wolverines to break it out. Fallon goes far side. Missed on the connection with Ryan. Medfield looking to come in with speed. They do. Shot just high. Hits the glass. Going to work it up top. Lusby trying to get through. Matt Donovan gets in front of it. He's got some daylight in front of him. Shot, a save by Duggan. A good look for the Wolverines there, getting in front of that shot. You got speed going the other way. Holland going to come out and play it. Gives it to Dumais. Dumais, nice escape move. The puck ends up behind the net. Up to the point. Shot, saved by Holland. Another save by Holland. 2 in a row. 2 big saves by the senior captain. Timmy Donovan working it in. The puck was on his stick, ended up being played by Matt Donovan. Medfield chips it down the length of the ice, and we're going to get an icing call here with 5:56 left here in the first period. Both teams knotted up at 1. Goals by Sickler for Westwood and Dickinson for Medfield. Dickinson's was a power play goal. Sickler, a 5-on-5 even strength goal. So the Blaney line, so keep an eye on. We've seen some good progress at this line, get some good opportunities, see if they can continue to build on that, which is hugely beneficial for the other lines, getting that buzz, getting the energy from a line that's showing you a great example. Blaney gonna play it. Stops behind the net. He was trying to send it to Sullivan, but didn't get a good bounce there. Medfield gonna work it up top. Puck gets through, tip just wide. Ends up on the far side. We got a whistle. I believe it's gonna be a penalty on Westwood. You see the Medfield goalie coming off. It typically means delayed penalty on the other team, and it is. It's gonna be a penalty on Dalton. It's gonna be a trip. Tripping penalty on Pat Dalton. 5 minutes, 34 seconds left here in the first. Westwood gonna have to get to work on the penalty kill here. Medfield scored their first goal on the power play, so Westwood looking to make them go 1-for-1. Blomqvist on the draw, ends up on the stick of Fengler. Fengler whiffs. Medfield able to come away with it. They're gonna set their umbrella power play up. Work it across the ice on the stick of Lusby. Lusby working towards the middle, looking to shoot. He does, saved by Holland. That was a good, hard, low shot, forced the rebound. Westwood able to keep that puck outside. Medfield gonna send it up top, back to Lusby. Lusby gonna send it down on the half wall. Puck on Dickinson's stick. He's looking cross ice, and that's that back door that we were talking about, where they are looking for that open player, as you know, you're looking at the player up at the top of the pointer on the half wall. And able to chip that out is Blomqvist. So a good start to the Wolverine penalty kill. Knocked 45 seconds off the kill. They're gonna send Blaney and Rolf out for the kill. Blaney gonna force a pass. This is where you can get disruptive on the penalty kill, is forcing some difficult entries right there. You force him to try and squeeze a window, puck gets loose, ends up on Fengler's stick, sends down the other ice. So watch Westwood here as they get aggressive on these entries. You'll see them, you know, really try and take away space. Medfield gonna walk it in. Shot just wide right. Big rebound off the boards. Very lively boards here at the Ice House, particularly on the red side. Up top, Blaney doing a good job of taking away the lane, forcing a pass to the Medfield player next to the point guy. Holland able to get a glove on that. We have a face-off. So effective penalty kill so far. 24 seconds left on the kill. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left here in the first period. Both Donovans are coming out. Finish the remaining time on the kill. Medfield wins the draw. Shot from the point goes wide. They've been really using those shots from the point, looking for screens, looking for rebounds. They're looking to work that back door again. They have two guys in front of the net now. Puck goes wide. Sent up top to 24. Over to number 7, Watney. They're going to work it down low, and the penalty is expired. Dalton back on the ice. Puck on his stick. He's going to chip it up to Matt Donovan. Matt Donovan with the move to push that puck in deep. Chasing after it with two Medfield guys. He's going to throw it in the far side corner. Allows the rest of his line to come out for the full change. Coming into the Westwood zone is Hardiman, who's got some speed. Hardiman going to try and send it back to a player, and chipped out by Westwood. Nice play by Timmy Donovan, right on the spot. Puck in a dangerous area. No too many men on the ice, which is good. Always a dangerous area, and the puck's there, and you've got guys coming in, guys coming out. It's usually a ref's favorite call to make for the too many men on the ice ball. Puck in the Westwood zone, a little delayed offside. Fengler looking to chip and chase. He does. He's going to chase it after himself. He's able to win the possession. And a big hit there. Patty Dalton with a big hit. Gets his guys fired up. Small things like that, too. Get the guys going when you make a nice, clean, open ice hit. Dumais off the boards. On the stick of Dalton, who chips it to Sickler. Sickler looking to center it. picked off by Medfield. Chipped off the boards by Sutton. Sutton was looking to create a 2-on-2, but Dumais able to close that gap. Dumais with some time and space, and he's going to bring it back. He's looking for Blaney. Missed on that connection, but the ref said there was contact with the stick, no icing. Going the other way now is Sutton. Sutton shot saved by Holland. Holland very sharp so far here in the first. Another shot turned away by Holland. That was a quick shot from Shaughnessy. Holland able to get the pad on that, covered up for the faceoff. So Holland very sharp. He's saved these. Medfield doing a good job. They're shooting low where there's rebounds, and they got guys crashing the net. Holland doing a good job of saving those, but putting that puck out in the corners where, you're putting those rebounds in places where guys aren't putting it in with an empty net. A nice clean face-off win, which allows Westwood to clear it. Got 90 seconds left here in the first period. Both teams knotted at 1. Blomqvist looking for Rolf, gets deflected off a Medfield player, so no ice. Played by Duggan. He's going to send it in the near side corner. But Westwood being pesty on those forechecks, forcing the puck to go backwards, taking away those passing lanes. And they're going to try a cross-ice neutral zone pass. Oh, and just missed on that pass was Dickinson. Hockey on the near side. Martin stops, puts his head up, and is looking for Blomqvist. Just get missed on that connection, and Medfield sends it back into the Westwood zone. 45 seconds left here in the first. Puck rimmed around the other side. Rolf chips it to the middle of the ice and whacked out by Sullivan. Rolf again with it, able to get that puck vertical, but kept in by Lusby. Medfield, the shot saved by Holland. The rebound up on the far side on Rolf's stick. Big save by Holland. The critical last minute of the period. Lusby gonna walk in. He's got a pretty good shot, and he scores. He's got a heck of a snapshot, which is probably the same speed of a slap. Most kids slap shots. He had some space, walked it in. Able to bury that puck for Medfield's second goal and to go up 2-1. Medfield very active, a lot of shots, and they know that a lot of these shots, the initial shots are going to be saved, but when you have screens, when you have players crashing the net for rebounds, your opportunities for goals are going to go up. And that's a good example there. I think there might have been a screen on that shot. It was a hard shot regardless, able to find the back of the net for the defenseman. Tough goal to give up in the last minute. But Medfield feeling pretty good after going into the period after scoring a late goal.
Big momentum swing for Medfield in there. They kind of had the momentum going in, but that just adds to it. That's a hard goal to swallow if you're Westwood and going in for the end of the period and having to think about that one for the next 20 minutes.
Nothing you can do about it, though, except get the next one. That's on the Wolverines' mind right now. 4 seconds left here in the period. Donovan going to tie up the puck on the draw. Medfield looking to shoot, just missed wide right. And that's going to do it here for the first period. So after the first period of play, Medfield up 2-1 on the Wolverines. Stick around, folks. You are watching Westwood Hockey on Westwood Media Center. We're going to take a break. Be right back to start the second period.
My name is Joseph Hernandez. I'm the service manager here at Cadillac of Norwood. I've been here for about 4 years. I run the day-to-day operation of the service department. I have 3 advisors that work with me, along with 2 administrative assistants that help out with day-to-day operation as well. We pay attention to detail. A lot of larger dealerships, you're not necessarily going to get somebody in the service department, but when you call Cadillac of Norwood, a lot of times you might get me answering the phone. You'll get somebody that has knowledge of you as a customer. I think that's the biggest thing, is that the customers feel extremely comfortable coming in here. They know they're not going to get the runaround, and they're going to get the car fixed right.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. About to kick off the second period. Thank you, Arch Orthodontics, and thank you, Cadillac and Norwood. So didn't notice in the first period, Westwood was missing also Nolan Lewis. So big time production for the Wolverines. He's been leading the team in points so far this year. 4 goals, 2 assists, and 6 points. That's some production that has been a big part for the Wolverines. But no excuse for the Wolverines. They haven't used one all year. Give them credit. Next guy up. Go out, give it your all, and do what you can to find a way to put the puck in the net and walk away with a win.
Morgan, I also want to point out here down on the ice, the refs are doing something to the ice here. I don't know if you've got a better angle than me.
So
but
I don't know if you remember before the game, Medfield girls had practice and they put a net there, and they put a net, kind of similar spot on the other side, and they had them turning right behind that net. And when you have 20 kids turning on that spot for 7-8 reps, it really cuts up the ice where there's not enough, it takes at least 6 Zamboni rides, to really make that ice flat again. So it was something we try not to do as coaches when you're doing skating drills, is to do these quick turns like that where it really cuts up the ice, because you have 20 plus people doing that cut at the same area, and the ice, you see the snow come up and all that. And I think that was part of the pregame, the practice before this game was that drill where the net was there and they were cutting right around it. So the quick fix, what you do is you put some water on the ice. If you get a puck, you try and flatten it and get a quick freeze. But it's not going to be perfect, so keep an eye out there. Any pucks that take some bounces, or if a skate hits a rut, you see a player go down. And we are ready to kick off the second period. Westwood going left to right. They are now in the second period, both teams experiencing the long change. So in order to really get a good clean change, especially for the D, you got to get that puck in deep to allow for a good change where you're not chasing the team going the other way when they work that puck towards your zone.
I think that long change is going to be especially crucial here, because something I noticed in the first period is that Westwood does a pretty good job of rotating their lines, but they weren't getting them off as quick as they have against some other opponents.
Yeah.
So that long change now especially is going to be kind of important to get those pucks deep, like you said, and get your lines rotating.
Matt Donovan takes a big hit, but gives it as well. Big physical kid. He's only a sophomore, so he's gonna be big by the time he's a senior. But I love that hockey. You have to be able to take a hit to make a play sometimes. But I love to see when, you're expecting to get hit and you give that hit right back. And it's a good, clean, physical play. No penalties, just a whistle because I believe it was might have been offsides or something. But love it. Stand your ground, protect yourself too. And that's why we wear helmets in hockey. Well, face-off's going to come left of Holland. Ref is saying, no, you're too late to make the change. They're going to send the forwards back onto the bench. It was the Blomqvist line that was coming out, so Donovan line's going to stay on. They're kicking Donovan out. So because of that, they're going to hold that against the Wolverines and kick him out of the dot and force Matt Donovan to take the draw. Shot on net turned away by Holland. Puck rimmed across the other side. Kept in by Mix. Sullivan looking to get it up the half wall, and he's able to chip it into open space. That's going to work it towards the Medfield net. Sent to the side by Duggan. Matt Donovan, able to get that possession. Was looking for Timmy there. They missed on that connection. And we got a penalty on Medfield now. So Westwood going to go on the power play, and interference on Medfield. It's going to be a penalty on Owen Mix. So now we're going to get our first look at Westwood's power play. Westwood's fans chirping a little bit. So you know it's a rivalry game. So this is where you want to see some good action for the Wolverines. You're down a couple of your offensive players. This is where you can make up for it on the power play. The puck sent out into the neutral zone. Sullivan going to chase after it. He's got one on him. He's going to find his defensive partner, Dumais, on the far side. Medfield doing a good job pressuring it. Laney looking for Sullivan. Medfield able to get that possession, send it down into Westwood territory. Medfield very aggressive on the forecheck of this penalty kill. Westwood doing a good job, able to work it on the near side. A little drop pass by Blomqvist, back down low. Got it behind the net. Move his feet to work it up top, sends it to an open Blaney who's got some time. Blaney loses it. Lusby sends it around, but kept in by Blomqvist. There's a hard pass by Sullivan. Puck was not flat, but Westwood able to keep that in. Good job by Dumais mixed with Blaney to flatten that puck and get a shot on net. We're going to get a face-off. Medfield going to change out their penalty killers. Wolverine's going to stick with the same power play. That took 57 seconds off the power play. Minute 3 left. Blomqvist on the draw. Sends it forward. Puck ends up in the far side corner. Worked up top to Dumais. Dumais working it. Patient. Looking for some openings. Sends it on net. Blocked. But puck loose. Shot. Goes just wide by Blomqvist. And that puck ends out in the neutral zone. Dumais chasing after it. He's got one on him. That's number 17, Shaughnessy from Medfield. Dumais leaves it back for Blaney, but Medfield very aggressive on these forechecks. That was 16 who jumped in on it, Sanderson. And then Medfield, it's a shot off that's deflected into the netting. And Westwood going to change out the power play unit. Just the forwards, it looks like. So forwards with 31 seconds left. So 31 seconds left on the power play. Wolverine's got the Donovans out there. Dumais. As well as Sullivan. Puck sent far side. They're going to call that an icing. So they were looking to connect with the Westwood player up on the blue line. I believe it was Ryan. Get a stick on that to put it in deep to chase after. They missed on that connection. Puck going to be dropped just left of Holland. Medfield going to change out their killers. 15 seconds left on the power play. I'm going to kick Medfield center out. Ref drops the puck. Shot goes just wide to the right. Another shot on net. Saved by Holland. He catches it second, or the rebound to the glove for a face-off. Medfield doing a good job on that penalty kill. They were very aggressive on the forecheck, so the breakout was a little bit of a challenge. When Westwood did get the breakout going, they were able to get some looks. Dumais tripped up there, no call. Westwood able to squeeze that puck out. Medfield's going to throw it back in. Lusby throws it on net. Holland gives it over to Dumais. Puck ricochets off the boards and then picked up by Wolverines going the other way. But then back to Medfield, open in front of the net and score. 17, John Shaughnessy. That was from a turnover. Medfield player was already standing there. Sent it right over to him, and it was just him and Holland and able to make a move to put that in the back of the net for the Medfield third goal. Put him up 3-1. Shaughnessy, he was one of the starting wingers for Medfield as a sophomore. He gets the third goal. Medfield right back at it. They're going to send it into Westwood territory. Chased down by Blaney. Blaney chips it over to Sullivan, then back handed out by Dalton. Medfield right back in. Relentless on that forecheck. Puck on the near side. Blaney jumps into play. He's protecting it. Waiting for a teammate. Help with that breakout. Medfield wins it. They're going to send it up top. The shot saved by Holland. Second shot got deflected and ended up right in front of him. He put the glove on it and we get a whistle. Medfield playing with momentum, playing with some passion right now after the goal by Shaughnessy. Blomqvist line out. May and Fengler on defense. Puck near side. We'll work up top to Medfield. Another shot. Had about 30, I feel like, shots from the point. Get those shots, get those pucks up to the point, shoot them on net, get a screen, get a rebound. It's been their MO. And they've been winning those puck battles that we've been talking about too.
Those one-on-ones are crucial right now, and then Medfield's getting the better of Westwood at the moment.
Yep. Westwood with the win on the draw. Gonna try and break it out on the far side. Fengler sends it in the middle of the ice. Medfield, a big hit by Blomqvist, and that's just what you need. Get some energy back. Get some fight in the Wolverines. And big play there by the senior captain. And now the Wolverines going the other way. The little momentum from the hit. It's going to be a delayed offside. They're going to need to tag up, which allows Medfield a clean breakout. You know, try and connect on the near side. They are. Medfield just going to rim it around. Puck squirts by the Medfield player up by the point. Another big hit by the Wolverines. That was Martin. Martin with a couple good hits on this shift. Shot on net goes over Holland. Hits the glass. Ends up in the far side corner. Medfield now with some space in front of Holland, but luckily the puck wasn't solid on the stick. Had to rework it behind the net. Shot on net goes wide. Rolf looking for the far side breakout. Medfield gets a stick on that. Brings it back in the Westwood zone and going to be iced by Fengler. They're going to bring the face-off back into the Westwood zone, but it is going to allow Westwood to make a change.
Westwood's also starting to get a little more physical here in the second period. You kind of see it. They're laying on some bigger hits. They're kind of, you know, starting to get to that energy that they kind of need. Medfield's a fast team, and you got to slow them down somehow. So no surprise that you see them getting physical here to kind of help with that.
Love to see that every chance you can. If you're that team that finishes every check, teams hate to play that because it's in the back of their head. It's almost like, you know, when you're outside in the summertime and there's a bumblebee around you and you're aware of it everywhere it goes, especially if it's following you, where it changes what you're doing. And that's the same thing in hockey. When you know someone's going to finish their check on you, it's in the back of your head and you behave accordingly to it. Westwood jumping on some pucks in the offensive zone. They're getting their forecheck going, so they're starting to build on some positive shifts now. Midfield tried to go up far side. No, gonna now work it up the near side. Now big hit there by the, looks like Connor Blaney. So we've seen some 3-4 big hits in the last few minutes. Puck behind the net, played by Sullivan. He was trying to send it up the middle of the ice, picked off by Medfield. Shot on net, turned away by Holland. Shot by Hardiman. Medfield gonna try and get the cycle going. Ends up on the stick of Sicular. Both teams battling for it. Medfield comes away with it. They're working it towards the net. Shot on net, turned away by Holland. He's been so solid on these shots from the outside. Another shot goes wide. Sicular trying to beat Medfield to it. He does. Chips it out in the neutral zone. Chased down by Dalton. Medfield able to stick lift that and throw that puck in the neutral zone. Blaney puts it in deep. He's going to get off for the change. He's going to bring on Timmy Donovan. Donovan line out there now. He's got both Donovans with Connor Ryan. Westwood looking to get some offense going. Tim Donovan getting the feet moving. Connor Ryan with a nice hit there. Near side boards. Puck sent down deep into Westwood territory. We're going to get an icing call. So Westwood picking it up the last 5 minutes or so. These are the behaviors, you know, that typically result in some good shots on net and goals. So they're doing the right things right now. Now it's just, hey, get these shots to the net, crash that net, get hungry.
And not only for that, it's working for Westwood. Probably before this last 5 minutes, you kept seeing shot after shot on goal from Medfield. They were getting that pressure, but now that you've kind of stepped up your physicality, you're kind of slowing down those shots, and you're not getting yourself some opportunities. And it helps your goaltender out, helps your defense out, but also helps you out. Now they're getting more tired. They're going to have to start rotating lines to keep players fresh. So it gives you a better opportunity, especially on that long change.
Big time. These hits, they all add up too. You know, when you got some Charlie horse and you got some bruises, it's on your mind. You know, and we have looks like an ice issue right by the gate, where players get on and off in between periods. So not a great sheet of ice we have tonight. Shout out to the girls, Evan. 7-0-1 on this year. They were just recently ranked by Hockey Night in Boston as a #2 team in Division II. And they are every bit of as impressive as that ranking and more. You know, what we've seen from them, what a fun team to watch, what a talented team to watch.
It's a well-deserved spot for Westwood. They work so hard. They come in, night out, and you see it. They give it their all, and they're a really talented hockey team. And, you know, it's been fun to see them, you know, in the Globe and by Hockey Night in Boston. Actually, the other night when we were filming a game, when we did our post-game interviews that we usually do, when I came down, I noticed Hockey Night in Boston was actually there.
Yeah.
And members of the Globe were here, so good to see, you know.
We had the mini mic, they had the big mic.
Yeah. But good to see, you know, Westwood getting that, you know, notoriety.
Yes, they
Westwood
deserve
Girls
it.
Hockey deserves it more than any team. So.
When you've beaten top teams in the state by a touchdown, you're going to get people's attention. And they weren't getting that attention early on. They are now. And it'll be a good test to see how do they play with that. You know, I think they're the type of team that just loves to go out and play hockey, so I don't see them being distracted. But it's going to be a good test for them to go out there and, you know, now there's teams that have their attention. There's teams that want to get that first win against Westwood. So it's stuff that's going to make you a better team. There's no question about that. Learning experiences playing the tough teams like they did the other day versus Hopkinton. Shot on net, turned away by Holland. The second attempt turned away again. Holland with about 30 saves. I mean, that's where I wish we had a statistician to collect that, but at least 30 shots on net.
He's had his work cut out for him. This is his first game back. The last couple games we saw John Quinn in goal.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen him for a little bit, so, you know, he's getting his work in for the first time in a few weeks here.
Yes.
We haven't seen him since, I believe,
It's a
the
good
Norwood
point.
game.
Yes,
So,
it's a very good point. It
you
was
know.
2 weeks ago. At least 2 weeks ago. But, shot attempt on net was a good look. He had Rolf there. I believe it was Blomqvist searching for him, and a great stick there by Sullivan, able to tap that out of danger back into the neutral zone to allow Westwood to go after it. Martin with the one-on-one puck battle win there, and he's got playing with some passion now. Seen about 4 hits from him in the last couple shifts he had. We saw a good hit, you know, when we were talking from Fengler behind the net. So Wolverines getting some good momentum going, doing the right behaviors to keep them, you know, right on top of things for a good look and the next goal. The next goal is the most important one of the game. I say that a lot, but it's 2-goal lead is what we've been talking about, the most dangerous lead in hockey, because when you're up 2, you think you're high and mighty and you're good. You know, it's very easy to cut into that, and then when you cut into that, yeah, you're down by 1. So many times we see that team tie it up because they cut it and they have that momentum, and they are playing downhill. Shot turned away by Holland. Again, Holland with a big save.
yeah, I mean, momentum's going to be key here, and it seems like in the past 7 or 8 or so minutes, Westwood has found some momentum from somewhere, and they're starting to play a little more inspired,
Yeah.
a little more physical, and, you know, like you said, 2-goal lead, one of the most dangerous leads in hockey, but also just...
That was a mistake by the ref. He's admitting to it. Shot on net. Puck was loose, but he blew that whistle early, which is going to be a face-off. Typically, sometimes when we see that, they admit the mistake and they'll bring the face-off outside, but I think we're going to see it still in here. Sorry, Evan.
No worries. But, yeah, no, momentum's going to be key. That next goal is either going to, you know, swing the momentum back to Medfield or give it all to Westwood.
Yeah.
So, next goal is the biggest one for the game.
And I like how Westwood, you know, they're down a few guys, very important guys. No excuses. Go out, play the next shift. And they've been doing that.
You know, next man up mentality is something we've seen from a lot of Westwood sports this year. I'll even mention the goalie, Jack Holland.
Another
you know,
big hit. Another great hit there by Ryan.
stepping up for injured starting quarterback Ty Pendell this season.
Yes.
You know, there was no, oh, well, you know, we've lost our starter and that's it, that's the season. It's next man up, do your job, and play like you have, not you like play with sort of a reckless abandon, so to speak.
You get nothing to lose. Play like you're playing with house money. And
Exactly.
you'd be surprised the confidence that comes from that.
Yeah,
Ryan looking to drop that. And Medfield picks that off.
You know, you mentioned we're missing, you know, a few players for Westwood, but we're essentially missing a whole line with McCabe, Malloy, and Lewis. So,
you know, a guy like Lewis, he's got 4 goals, but he sets up so many, high IQ. He's the guy that really stirs Westwood's offense on that power play too when he's up top. I mean, Westwood able to get some good goals because he's able to work that, find the open player, get some good one-time looks, but also, you know, he knows how to dish that and dish it quickly where you got some good matchups going close to the net. Picked off there by Donovan. He's going to work it into the red line and he's going to fling it in on wide of the net. Wolverine's going to change out all 5. Medfield looking to potentially stretch it. They are, but Sullivan able to jump on front of that one. That's something you see too in the long changes, a stretch pass. Martin works it outside. Shot! Saved by Dargan. That was a great look by Martin. Another good pass. Ends up on the stick of Rolf. He's going to send it back into the corner. Blomquist picks it up. He's got a couple of guys on him. And Martin jumps in there to get the stick on that. Rolf gets in front of the shot. Shot on net goes just wide. Puck takes a Medfield bounce, and they're going to get it going the other way, working it in a Westwood zone. Send it to the far side. That was tipped off the stick of Sullivan, who was able to somehow get contact with that. Now Blomquist makes a couple nice moves, beats a couple Medfield players, works the backhand, puts it on the net. Sullivan tries to get a stick on that. He hits the ice, ends up in the far corner. Westwood starting to come to life here in the second period. Shot by Lusby, saved by Holland. Ends up back on the stick of Martin on the tail end of a shift. He's just trying to get it out with no icing. Ref says no icing. Allows Westwood to change it up. You got some fresh legs out there now. Patty Dalton, Sickler, and Blaney out there. Sullivan steps up for the hit. Sickler helping out with the playing in the end. He takes a little leg check there. No call. It was a leg sweep. That was not called. That's usually an easy call to make because it's a safety issue, especially if a kid hits his head on the ice. Puck in on the far side. Nice play there by Dalton, able to create an A-frame to keep the puck and create some space. Blaney working inside. He's going to throw it on net. Blocked away by Dargan. Medfield looking to chip it into the neutral zone, and they do. It was a nice catch and drop there by Dickinson. He's going to work it in himself, but knocked off his stick by Blaney. Blaney able to chip it out. Medfield going to send it back in with fresh legs on their side. 1 minute, 26 seconds left here in the second period. Medfield up 3-1 on the Wolverines. Off of a goal by Shaughnessy. Put them up to their third goal. Sickler able to chip it out, but Lusby going to work it right back in. And that's going to draw an offside, which is going to give us a stoppage with 1 minute, 10 seconds left here in the second. So some good, solid shifts for Westwood. Started off a little slow in the period. And then the second half of the period, they really stepped up their game. They've been outplaying Medfield from the 8-minute mark on. Another offside call. And the clock's still running. A face-off outside. Let's see if they...
It was about a minute when they blew the whistle.
Yeah. So they're going to see if they can add time back to the clock. It's 56 seconds now. Imagine maybe what you said, right at the minute mark. It's a very difficult clock to work, by the way, the hockey ones. It's they do it by the 100th decimal point too, so it's not easy to do. And he did it.
101.
All right.
Just a little off.
Yeah, that's going to work though. Puck one, it's sent to the Westwood zone. Dume looking to work it around the net. There's a nice escape move there to ward off the Medfield player. Sends it up near side to Timmy Donovan. Timmy Donovan with the feet moving. He's looking to work it in. Good play by Medfield defender to knock him away from the puck. 38 seconds left here in the second period. Both teams looking for at least one more shot on net. Matt Donovan sends it back behind the net. Puck ends up just near side, right by the top of the circle. Medfield looking to shoot. That went just over the shoulder of Holland. Ends up on the far side. And Westwood able to get that out. That was Fengler was able to muscle that out. 4 seconds left here in the period. Westwood just looking to keep that puck out, get out of the period. Nothing left. Nothing left on the markings in the period. So that's going to do it here for the second period. Only the lone goal from Medfield to put them up 3-1. It was a goal by Shaughnessy. But Westwood playing pretty strong in the second half, looking to parlay that into the third period. Let's stick around, folks. You are watching Westwood Boys Hockey on Westwood Media Center. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back to start the third period.
My name is Joseph Fernandez. I'm the service manager here at Cadillac of Norwood. I've been here for about 4 years. I run the day-to-day operation of the service department. I have 3 advisors that work with me, along with 2 administrative assistants that help out with day-to-day operation as well. We pay attention to detail. A lot of larger dealerships, you're not necessarily going to get somebody in the service department, but when you call Cadillac of Norwood, a lot of times you might get me answering the phone. You'll get somebody that has knowledge of you as a customer. I think that's the biggest thing, is that the customers feel extremely comfortable coming in here. They know they're not going to get the runaround, and they're going to get the car fixed right.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Cadillac of Norwood, where luxury meets performance. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Welcome back, folks. About to kick off the third period. Thank you, Arch Orthodontics, as always. Also, thank you, Cadillac of Norwood. The 3-1 Medfield. After 1 goal in the second, 2 goals by Medfield in the first, and Westwood's goal in the first period by Sicular. Timmy Donovan.
You know, one thing I was thinking about, Morgan, that I wanted to mention, we were talking earlier about the injuries to Westwood and missing key components, but one of the benefits that has for Westwood is you're getting some of those younger guys in and getting them their names mentioned.
Yep.
Fengler,
Yep.
Martin we call a lot tonight, Sicular, and
Shot
Patty
just
Dalton,
wide.
excuse
Yep.
me. Getting those guys in, getting them the experience now, and helping them kind of build that, so when you get back to a full-strength Westwood team, you have a little more chemistry and experience on the ice.
Oh, 100%. And you know, some of them are guys who have played, but they're getting a little bit more responsibility now. Like, they are asked to, be able to be a bigger piece now, because you have some holes that you're looking to fill. So when you do get those pieces back, these are guys that have gotten a couple goals under their belt. That now, that have that confidence to know, they can play, and they can impact the game too. Shot blocked there by Blomqvist, and he's gonna chip it out of the end. But yeah, to be able to have, that confidence of, I can be a factor in these games. I've scored a goal. I've got that under my belt. I'm hungry to score the next one. These are good things for your development, especially for the young guys. Fengler's been a guy who's been playing early, since the first game. Has had some big time minutes, but each game, as a freshman, is like two games for everyone else. Like, you're picking up so many things so quickly. By the time you're done your freshman year, when you come back your sophomore year, like Brian Sullivan, you're playing like a junior. You have that confidence, and you have that hours, or those at-bats per se, that you have, the speed of the game, your system, what you're capable of, and you have that confidence that you can provide an impact to the game. Puck in the near side corner. Medfield gonna work it out, gets away from the Medfield player and chipped back out by Fallon. Ends up on the stick of number 24. Owen Mix sends it up to his forward, Jack Gwaltney. And the puck ends up far side. These are the one-on-one battles we talk about. Which team comes away with it? Medfield comes away there. Westwood looking up far side. That one's picked off. Sent right back in on Holland. He gloves it, drops it for Brian Sullivan, and then picked off again, but this is offside. Medfield doing good anticipation on catching Westwood players with their heads up, where they're looking and jumping in front of those passes. They've had a number of different turnovers tonight that have turned into some good looks. We saw one on the goal. That was the third goal that we saw. It was a turnover on Westwood's end, deep in their end. They found Shaughnessy open in front of the net to make a move and put it in the back of the net for the third goal. The Blaney line out. They have been an energizing line tonight. Being a good example of effort and just doing things, plain simple. Connor Blaney sends it in deep, takes a hit. Puck ends up behind the net. Sicular plays it, pops over his stick, ended up on the stick of Medfield. Medfield stopped on Westwood's blue line. A nice stick by Dumais. Puck in the near side. Dalton sends it in. Blaney to chase after it. Puck in the near side corner. 2 Westwood players on 2 Medfield players. This is what we talk about with the battles. So many of these battles like this, which team comes away with the possession? And it's Medfield. Able to get the possession, but Westwood able to get a stick on it. They have a couple players with a bit of a rushed pass there. And Medfield able to get the stick on that, and they're going the other way. Dumais playing body on body. It's a good job of pinning that player up against the backboards. And then Blaney gets a stick on it, works it up to Dalton. Puck on the far side. Sicular trying to backhand it into Medfield territory. He does. Allows Westwood to change it up. On comes the Donovan line. Matt Donovan captures the puck. He's going to bring it back. He's going to use that net. Plays it off the back of the net. Evade the first Medfield forechecker. He's going to take it back on the near side. A little chip to himself. Trying to get it out, but Medfield gets a stick on it. Shot goes wide. Takes a big bounce, ends up, goes outside the Westwood zone. Back into Medfield's territory. Owen Mix picks it up, sends it near side, and picked up by number 5, Joe Nee. Joseph Nee in the near side. Westwood able to fungo it out into Medfield territory. Medfield with a clean breakout. Sent up 17. Shaughnessy, the third goal scorer for Medfield. Westwood's able to chip it out. Donovan takes a big hit there, and they're going to call that an icing. But that's what you got to do. You got to be able to take a hit like that, get the puck out. They did. Even though it's an icing, you get a face-off. So it's a good win for the Wolverines. It was the tail end of their shift. You get that whistle, and you get new guys on, fresh legs. Love to see that. Just saw Dumais give Holland the pound. Good leadership by those guys. Getting each other, keeping themselves positive. One goal is going to get you back within this game. You're still in it. One's going to put the pressure on Medfield, and it's going to create downhill, downhill game for you where you're feeling pretty good. Puck ends up out front, sticked away by Holland. Fengler looking for Martin. They missed on that connection. Lusby, the defenseman, jumping on the play. Hard shot, turned away by Holland. Dumais finds Fengler. Fengler tries to make a move, gets stood up by Lusby. Martin puts it in deep. Lusby trying to force the puck on the far side. Rolf gets a stick on that, shoots that one wide. Works it right back behind the net. Martin able to get a disruption on that shot, goes wide. Blomqvist on the shot. They're going to chip that in, but offside. Offside call. That was William Hardiman. It was just a little bit offside. Excuse me, Matthew Dixon. A little bit offside there. So getting a couple Dixons on the Medfield team. brother, I'd assume, Luke Dixon, with the first goal by Medfield. Face off won by Westwood, send it back. Holland turns it into the corner. Big contact in the corner. Westwood player getting up slowly. Looks like Fallon. Westwood sends that on net. Fallon's up, moving his way towards the midfield zone. Midfield looking to get the breakout going. Sullivan sends it back in. Both teams going through the motions a little bit right now. Just kind of throwing it in, not much under their legs right now. It's kind of the late period of a game, but both teams just kind of seeing icings on each side, and good to see a little spark here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a long game. These are two fast teams. It's easy to get winded, and you know, this is also where you're going to see maybe a mistake or two let up by one of the two teams. You could see, you know, like you said, going through the motions, but when you just go through the motions, you could let up an easy mistake, let up an easy goal. So it'd be interesting to see which team sort of steps up here and has that last little push.
Yeah. A lot of times you want to, shorter shifts. Short shifts, make sure you got plenty of rest on the guys when they hit the ice. You want them hitting the ice running. So short shifts, 30-second, 40-second shifts. Roll those three lines. And you want to win third periods on, your depth. That's how the Westwood girls won the other night. They're only up 1-0 after 2 periods.
Yeah.
And then they scored 3 quick ones, and a lot of it was because they had fresh players. Shot gets deflected wide. Puck ends up on the far side. Ryan picks it up, puts it on the stick of Timmy Donovan. Timmy looking to get the feet moving, goes by, and then puck ends up on Dumais' stick. Shot goes wide. And Donovan takes a hit in the far corner. Sullivan was trying to keep that in. Puck bounced over his stick, and he's going to just send it back in. Westwood's got to change up. There's a delayed offside, so that's going to bring a face-off all the way back into Westwood's territory. You could hear the official yelling off still, but it looks like I thought Westwood had tagged it up. The other official saying yes. So this near side official saying Westwood tagged up. The other official saying no. So that brings the face-off all the way down. They call it like a deliberate offside. When you had every opportunity to tag up, you didn't, and you were offside. They'll move that face-off back into your zone. So face-off in Westwood zone. 7 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the game. Wolverines down 3-1. Looking to get that next one. They win the draw and they work it into Medfield's territory. Blomqvist takes the clearing attempt. He's going to protect the puck, doing a good job of maintaining that possession. That's how you win those battles. Getting your feet set in front of you and being hard on that stick to protect that puck, wait for an open player. Medfield going to work it into Westwood territory. They have an open player shot, a save on the initial shot. The second one goes wide. That was a good setup there by Medfield and a good look. Jack Waltney on the play. What Medfield did there that was really good is they kind of had a 3-on-2. They sucked one of the defensemen up to make a play on the guy with the puck. He sent it over into open space for Gwaltney. Gwaltney had a good look walking into the net. Big save by Holland. And then had a backhanded attempt that went wide right. But very, very well-coached Medfield team. When you isolate a player to where the puck is and you chip it over to a guy in open space with some room, that creates some really good offense. Medfield going to work it up top. They work it across. Lusby, he's got a goal tonight. He sends it on net, and that's blocked. Blocked by Blomqvist.
The more you mentioned it, a well-coached Medfield team. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the Medfield head coach's first year.
Yep. First year for new Medfield coach. The last couple years, the Medfield coach was the goalie's father. He was a good coach. I believe he coaches Walpole Express. And then new coach in this year.
And he's got the team off to a good start this season.
6-0-1. Pretty darn good with big wins. I mean, you mentioned the tie versus Gloucester. Gloucester is perennially one of the top teams in Division 2. I mean, they made the Final Four a couple of years ago, and Medfield's in Division 3. Well, they shouldn't be. I mean, they're you know, they would be a top 5 team in Division 2. I mean, lacrosse, they're a top 5 team in the state in lacrosse. You know, so they're talented in all their sports.
Field hockey state champ, D3 state champions.
Yeah, volleyball, I believe, as well. State champs. Shot on net, turned away by Holland.
It might have been volleyball this season. I believe Norwood also took out a state
Oh, you're right. It was
championship.
Medfield lost 2, I think. Medway in field hockey. Medfield working the puck around. They're looking to throw some more on net. And Holland gets a glove on that. He's going to get the whistle with 5 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the third.
And Holland's had himself quite the game, too.
He has. He's been terrific.
Be interesting if we had a statistician up here with us. We could see how many saves he's at currently.
I might do it myself on the when the game's up. I'm gonna count it. I mean, because I'm just interested in myself. I think it's over 35 shots.
I would imagine. I'd pick the over on that.
Yeah. But it's a good, one of the good things you can do in games like this when you play an opponent is you pick up on stuff they're doing. And they are working that puck up nicely to the point, and the point is moving the puck around, like not passing it, but moving his feet to find an open spot to get pucks through, meaning getting those pucks to the net, not getting them blocked, you know, whether it's the angle, whether it's, you know, getting it low. I believe an offside call here, but getting pucks through the net where you're forcing those rebounds and you're getting pucks in traffic. So 4 minutes, 40 seconds left. You get a face-off right by the NCAA logo. Blomquist going to take the draw for the Wolverines. Joseph Nee taking it for Medfield. We're going to get a redo here. Puck sent into the Medfield territory. Looking to chip that into Westwood's side, but Westwood stood their ground there. Initially, Medfield on the second attempt puts it deep in the Westwood zone. Westwood whacks that out of the middle of the ice. Sullivan tries to get it off the top of the ice, but played nicely. And again, a hand pass. Owen Mix was able to go up and get that, but I'm going to say he got the hand on that. That's going to be a face-off in Medfield territory. One thing to keep an eye on is potentially Westwood pulling the goalie. Westwood plays to win. You know, the whole power rankings with the goal differential, you know, that doesn't matter. And I love it because they want to win every game. And even if they're down 2 goals, they will pull that goalie to try and get back in the game. It might risk you, you know, being down 3 goals with the power rankings, but that is not a concern. And, you know, I think it's a right example to set is we play to win.
I mean, you even saw that in the Norwood game.
Yeah.
The Norwood game, they were down 6-2. I believe they scored 2 unanswered goals and then pulled the goalie. They were still fighting for the win.
Yep.
Not Norwood scored 2 empty netter goals there, but, you know, they're playing for the win. They want to win. They want to get those points for the playoffs. 2 points for a win for the MIAA playoffs.
Blomquist holds on and shot goes wide. It looked like it hit the side of the net, but that was a great move. He held up, creates some space. Puck still in front, turned away by Duggan. Shot blocked. Another attempt blocked by Medfield. They're going to send it out. So 2 good looks by the Wolverines. I don't think it's going to get the icing. It isn't. Fengler going to play it behind the net. Sends it near side to Matt Donovan. Matt Donovan, nice move. Gets some space, and he's got some room to work with. He kicks it to himself. Ryan trying to keep it in, he's unable to. That was a great play by Medfield. Sullivan with a good stick there. Keeps that attempt outside. Matt Donovan going to pick up the puck again. He's got 2 minutes, 42 seconds left. Westwood down 2 goals. Sullivan working it into the zone. Looking on a centering attempt. No one there. The puck worked its way towards the net, but Medfield able to clear it out just in time. Timmy Donovan looking to send it towards the net. Now, Medfield's got a look here on a breakaway. Shot and a save by Holland. Big save and another save. Back-to-back saves by Holland. And a whistle. This is a loose puck whistle. Unless the net was off. Let's see if he checks the net. No. Yeah, it was a...
What a big 2 or 3 saves there from Holland.
Big.
I mean, that one-on-one opportunity, that's a tough save. And then make sure to be ready for the rebound. He got
Big
the
time.
rebound. I think he had one other one, too, when they were, a couple shuffles. And
Still
then they
got
called
the
that
focus.
loose
They're
puck.
down 2, and he's still dialed in. It's a sign of a terrific competitor. So 2 minutes, 16 seconds left here in the game. Wolverines down 2. Looking to get that next one, chip into the Medfield lead. Put it within 1. We got the far side official having a conversation with the Medfield coach. Explaining, I think, maybe the loose puck. Puck up top. Chip down into the near corner. Westwood able to clean that out. Fallon chasing after it. He's going to send it in deep. Nice move there by Blaney, able to toe drag it to himself. Then loses it. Fallon trying to send it back in, but Westwood had to tag it up. Medfield's got some time to work it back and to get a clean breakout. They do. Chipped in to Westwood zone by 13. Braden Kane, puck behind the net. Medfield still looking to get some offense going. 1 minute, 33 seconds left here in the game. Martin just misses a hit. Sends it over to Blaney. Puck ends up on net. That's covered by Duggan. 1 minute 25. Imagine we might see a timeout. We'll see a timeout here, I believe. See Brady Dumais going over the ref. No?
Holland is coming back on the ice.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a timeout. So timeout Westwood. And they're gonna talk through this. So they're gonna talk through personnel. It allows their players to get a breather too. That's one of the most underrated things for timeouts, is you're giving your guys a breather. But who are your guys out there? What are you looking to do? Typically what you're gonna see is you wanna see 2 Westwood guys on loose pucks in each corner. You wanna see 2 guys in front of the net if you're able to work that puck up top. But the way you gotta get a goal is traffic in front of the net or rebounds in front of the net. It all starts with you gotta win the faceoff. So get your best guy in there to take that draw, win it clean. If it goes right to that near side D, move that over to the D in the middle where you see guys having to adjust. And that's when you're seeing bodies going to the net, is when that puck moves like that. Back door opens up a lot of times too. You got 1 extra guy to their guys, that's when you're gonna have wide open guys too in front of the net. So if you just pick your head up quickly, you might see it if it's there. But you wanna have the mismatches and you wanna have them down low to be able to get shot on net, maybe a puck go through, rebounds, what have you. But it all starts with a crucial face-off win. You need that face-off win. Because if you don't win that face-off, and they're going to pull the goalie here, there's no question about that. But if you lose a face-off with that goalie pulled, they could send that down the river pretty quickly, and that's game. So Holland is going to go on the bench. We're going to have 6 Westwood players to Medfield's 5. Crucial face-off here. If you lose it, it's not the end of the world. You just don't want to lose it cleanly. You want to lose it where you can get on it and battle for it. So Blomqvist's going to take the draw. They got Dumais on the far side. Westwood wins it cleanly, and they work it over to Dumais. Body's in front of the net. Shot, saved by Duggan. So that's exactly what you want to see. They want it back cleanly, work it over to that open D. That allows guys to move there. You're also creating angles. You might find a back door there, but you had 2 guys at least screening and ready for a rebound, but good save by Duggan, no rebound there. We're going to get Donovan on the draw on the right side. Trying to win off the backhand. It's kind of a stalemate. Oh, they had it for a second and sent down the middle. This is heading towards the net and going to be an icing. It's going to bring the puck back into Medfield territory. That was Westwood had the possession, but just went off the stick, and Medfield able to stick on it and shoot for the empty net. Donovan going to take the face off again. See Dumais set up a little bit further over here on the left side, hoping Westwood gets the win, send it over to him where he's got a good angle. Medfield with the win on it. Westwood trying to battle for it. They do. Sullivan with the shot. Tip just wide. Blomqvist. A little Martin. And the Donovan back on Martin's stick. He's got the backhand. Puck loose just to the right of the net. He's going to set it up top. Dumais got it. He's going to walk it. Chips it down to Blomqvist. Puck played with a high stick and waved off. Medfield plays it. Dumais gloves it down. Westwood got it going back on the entry. Medfield trying to send that down. They do. They're going to chase it down. That gets behind the Westwood zone. That's going to be an icing. So 23.8 seconds left here in the game. Puck's going to come back for a Westwood faceoff in Medfield territory. Westwood going to keep the same guys on there. Westwood has been able to get that up, move that puck up top, which is I'd like to see. This is a late change that they're not going to allow, so they're going to make the player stay on the ice who was trying to come off.
He was already on the ice.
A timeout Medfield. Medfield's going to use their timeout, which I believe, that's a smart play. You can make that change now. You use that timeout, you can make that change. But it also gives them about 30, 40 seconds of a breather, which both teams could use. So it actually benefits Westwood a little bit, if anything, but Westwood down 2. So, you know, smart play by the Medfield coach. You know they're down 2. If you're going to do it, that's the time to do it. Where if you're Medfield, you want to win this draw, put it in the corner, put it in your skates, and let 23 seconds work off the clock. I mean, that's the way you close out a game. Put it in the corner, put your feet there, you know, get a teammate that helps out behind you. Where Westwood's trying to dig at it, that's where you get 15, 20 seconds to close out a game. That's how you win playoff games. Westwood, you're going to try and get a clean draw, work that puck to the top, and get some action towards the net. We're going to have Blomqvist on the draw. Martin going to set up on the half wall. Timmy Donovan just up at the top of the circle. The clean win by Blomqvist. Donovan was trying to send that up, didn't get much of it. Sullivan trying to get that through, and that's blocked by Medfield. Now Medfield's got the puck going the other way with 13 seconds. They're going to chip that deep, no icing. They'll let both teams play for it. Puck blocked. Oh, hits the post. And that is going to do it. Medfield's going to walk away with a 3-1 win over Westwood. And that puts Medfield at 7-0-1 on the season. A great start season for them. Westwood's going to go to 3-3. Looks like some kind of contact at the end of the play. Refs separating both teams. But a big win for Medfield coming into Westwood's home barn. Come away with a big win over the Wolverines to continue to be undefeated on the season. So the Wolverines are going to play again on Wednesday versus Dedham. So we will be back for that coverage. And we want to thank you all for tuning in. Westwood Media Center coverage of your Westwood Boys Hockey. Westwood falls to Medfield 3-1 tonight. Goals for Westwood. There was only one goal. It was Ben Sicular on assist by Pat Dalton. And we will see you guys in a few days on Wednesday. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe. Looking forward to seeing you all in the next one.